welcome back to Troy Let's Talk Real, and I am Troy. In this particular video, I'm going to be starting the actual book club. Books that I have read and books that I have recommended. And not only will I be recommending these books, I also will be discussing them once I complete them. So you guys know, if you were following me on my Instagram, which you can do on my YouTube page, you can click the Instagram link. You'll be able to subscribe to my Instagram and follow me there and see that I just picked up a recent book by a brilliant brother. He goes by the name of Billy Carson, and his book is called Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. And that's my next book that I'm going to be getting into. Not only that, why don't you hit that bell button so you can get notified whenever I put up a video, and you can be a loyal subscriber to Troy Let's Talk Real here on YouTube. The particular book that I just recently finished and completed was called Twilight of the Gods by Erich von Daniken. Twilight of the Gods by Erich von Daniken. And Erich von Daniken is a Swiss author. I believe he's in his 70s. He's written so many books at this particular time that I tend to lose count. But the reason why I was attracted to this book was because I read another book by another author named Zecharia Sitchin called The 12 Planets. And in these particular books, in this particular book, I'll say by Erich von Daniken, he talks about our ancient ancestors and who influenced them and who gave them the knowledge of self and who guided them and taught them the way of the world and the way of civilization. Now, in this particular book, it's not a fiction book. It's a non-fiction book. And the reason why I say that is because Erich von Daniken in this particular book was able to prove by his scientific archaeological research, and by whether that means tablets, stone tablets that was written thousands of years ago, or whether that was by monuments and stone statues and large boulders that was built by ancestors, or whether it was by different religions or different people and cultures all across the world mimicking the same thing, that we were visited by our ancient, let's say, progenitors in that regard. People that came from outer space, or beings that came from outer space to Earth and gave mankind, or somehow manipulated mankind's genetics in that nature in regard to, making us what we are now, the modern day man. And I know it's not for everybody. In this particular book, Erich von Daniken talks about aliens coming from outer space, warring aliens coming here to Earth, warring, overruling us, and then ultimately trying to destroy us at some particular point with great floods and calamities. Things that were written in the Bible, he was able to debunk and say, well, hey, it's not only written in the Bible, it's also written in different cultures and stories from different cultures all across the world. So how could that be? How could the same story be told by a different culture that had no influence over another culture thousands of miles away, or that was separated by seawater? So I would recommend this book that you go out and read it. Twilight of the Gods by Erich von Daniken. Like I said, he's a brilliant author as well. He's written so many books in regard to our ancient ancestors. And I don't want anybody to get the idea that, he's down with the ancient alien, lingo or those particular type of people. I personally don't knock anyone that's dwelling into or delving into this particular field, because I'm gravitating towards this type of nonfiction archaeological research that a lot of these guys are doing. And they're doing this, and this is becoming life work. Like, they've studied this stuff 40, 50 years. So it's not like they're just writing a book just to create a book for the sake of it. No, this is their accumulation of their work and their research. And I have to respect it at the end of the day. And I have to think, when you're reading Twilight of the Gods, I want you to have an open mind when you think about what you're reading. Leave your religion bias to the side, or whatever you've been taught at home, or whatever race that you are, and just read the book and take it in. Take it in and just read it for what it is. And then you then decide whether what was revealed to you in this particular book was worthy of you carrying on to follow with further research on and to read other similar books of this liking that can then educate you more than what you've gotten in this book. But this is a particular brilliant book by Erich von Daniken. I would suggest you go on Amazon and actually get it. I'm more than most likely going to leave the Amazon link in the description below of this video so you can actually go and purchase the book if you would like to. Reading is fundamental, and you know, I like to read different perspectives from different backgrounds of different cultures and different people. You know, at the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to be able to grow. That's the only way that we're going to be able to explore our minds and have a different perspective instead of this narrow tunnel vision viewpoint on life and what we think is the truth. Remember, 200 years ago, they were burning people at the stake for saying that the earth does not revolve around the sun, or that they are intelligent life forms or intelligent light beings that aren't mentioned in the Bibles or your modern day religions, and debunking a lot of things. And it's only till time or enough time passes that these people who come with these claims, like Erich von Daniken, that they get accredited because enough time has passed. Technology have caught up to the reality of what was mentioned in a lot of these books. And now we have no choice but to go back and give them their roses, even though they might not be here. So like I said, guys, this is Troy Let's Talk Real Book Club. Book number 1 in this particular book club, Twilight of the Gods. It's a must read. I read it front to back. This isn't the first Erich von Daniken book that I've read, and I would suggest you at least give the author a try and see if it is to your liking. I don't want to give too much of the book away. He goes into a lot more depth in this book on what he's about, what he's trying to promote, and what he's revealing to mankind to raise your consciousness. I'm Troy. This is Let's Talk Real. Don't forget to hit that bell button so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a thumbs up and leave a comment below if this video here helped you in any sort of way. Till next time, guys. Peace.